Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Friday Night Smackdown, and what a women's matchup we have in store for you, as it is Nikki Bella taking on Jordynne Grace, who, for both of these women's sake, are actually making, for at least Nikki Bella, she makes her return to Universe mode. This is her first match ever since returning last week when Jordynne Grace was backstage giving us a promo about what is next for her, saying, hey, I am called the Juggernaut, and I'm going to show everyone on the SmackDown's roster why I am called that. And all of a sudden Nikki Bella would come out of nowhere and say, hey, well, you know what, I'm the one that essentially made this women's revolution possible. And she said, hey, sometime let's have a fight. And well, it didn't take long for the SmackDown general manager to be like, hey, let's do this. So Nick Aldis didn't wait that long, and he has made the match official for tonight to kick us off here on SmackDown. We saw Jordynne Grace briefly there in NXT, but here she makes her SmackDown debut live tonight here on SmackDown. Big opportunity. Nikki Bella, a WWE Hall of Famer, certainly has done a lot for this business, but she believes that she has one last run in her, and we'll see how that fares for her. And how long is that run going to be? We'll have to wait and see, but I want to see how this goes against a young and up-and-coming talent like Jordynne Grace, very accomplished on the independent scene, had a little bit of wrestling on NXT before getting essentially signed here to SmackDown. So Nikki Bella, Jordynne Grace, gracing our screens here live tonight here on SmackDown. Referee has officially rung the bell. Here we go, and we kick us off with a collar elbow tie-up. And you have two women that have never wrestled here in WWE together. It's one of those ones you gotta have a little feeling out process to really figure each other out, and both women showing you that power by both of those women pushing each other down. But now Jordynne Grace getting the upper hand, and oh my goodness, what a knee to the midsection / hip area. Now we'll see if Jordynne Grace can play that power game right now. She once again pushes Nikki Bella down and runs into a shoulder tackle as well. Obviously, Jordynne Grace wants to get championship gold around her waist here very soon, but obviously, when you prove yourself here on SmackDown, and what bigger way to do it against one of the most accomplished people in all of WWE, that being Nikki Bella. And now Jordynne Grace has her up, down, oh my goodness, almost like a brain buster of sorts. And now Grace setting up I'm not too sure, it looked like maybe going for an elbow to the back of the neck. Obviously Nikki Bella has had known neck issues, so maybe Jordynne Grace may have been going after that neck area. As an impressive spine buster now into a vicious leg drive right into the mat. And now Nikki Bella may have her sights set on targeting the limbs, just trying to slow down Jordynne Grace as much as possible. And especially when you're facing off with a woman that calls herself the Juggernaut, that's essentially a woman that's essentially bulletproof, a woman that is super strong and everything above that. So certainly, obviously Jordynne Grace looks the part, but Nikki Bella is going to have to do everything in her power to continue to take everything to the Juggernaut as Grace rolls out the ring. Gonna run right into a big axe handle though. Grace though, I think for Jordynne Grace, she should have just stayed out there and let Nikki Bella get off that top rope there, but decided to roll back in the ring. She gets hit with it, but ultimately Nikki Bella would only get a 2 count. Now Nikki Bella off the ropes. Ooh, nice basement drop kick as Grace was trying to get off her feet there. And for Nikki Bella, we haven't seen her in a very long time. She's looking quite well in the terms of handling Jordynne Grace right now. And now Nikki Bella with a nice snap suplex right in the middle of the ring. With the Royal Rumble right around the corner, both of these women very well could get an opportunity in that Royal Rumble matchup. There's a lot of big-time women on all three brands, ladies and gentlemen, so it's very difficult to really see how exactly that Royal Rumble is going to turn out. Yes, obviously they draw cards and stuff for the most part, but as a Bella Buster right down right there on the mat, that honestly might be enough to put away Jordynne Grace. No, and she kicks out at 2.5. But you know, when these women are drawing these spots and everything, you know, some women get the best ones and some don't get the best ones whatsoever. So it's essentially the luck of the draw, unfortunately. As Jordynne Grace really needs to get back in this matchup right now, or it may be game, set, match over. Is down goes Jordynne Grace into the pinfall. 1, 2. No, Jordynne Grace, another kick out. How is Jordynne Grace continuing to kick out of that? Two big maneuvers there from Nikki Bella. And now Jordynne Grace again having to dig down deep right now and trying to figure out what she has to do here. And she needs to do it quickly. As these women continue to go back and forth, ladies and gentlemen, a big-time street fight in the main event. The Great Khali versus Cody Rhodes. Big-time main event there is Jordynne Grace. Oh, going for the splash. Knees coming up at the very last second, helping Nikki Bella out there. And that could have been the last-ditch effort there for Jordynne Grace to walk out victorious. Just vicious knees to the lower back. And of course, Nikki Bella absolutely feeling herself right now. Feels like she is in control here. As referee inadvertently, I mean, it wasn't his fault. He was trying to move out the way, and now gives Jordynne Grace a little bit of life. But now elbows right to the side of Jordynne Grace's skull. But the Juggernaut continues to battle. Scratch and claw here. What can the Juggernaut do here? As they're on the top rope. Uh-oh. Is she thinking Muscle Buster here? Uh-oh. Muscle Buster on the neck that we know is surgically repaired Nikki Bella. 1, 2. No, at 2.5. So close, but no cigar. Nikki Bella continues to fight here as Jordynne Grace has her up. Tilt-a-whirl. Power bomb. Is that enough? 1, 2. No, 2.5. Back and forth we go. These women are putting on an instant classic. Back and forth we go. As, oh goodness, right on the knee. Absolutely brutal. Is now Nikki Bella from the second rope. Big time knees and I believe double elbows to the midsection there. Certainly going to take the breath right out of Jordynne Grace as she gets hit with another Bella Buster. She got hit earlier on in the matchup. Nikki Bella once again looking to continue her momentum currently. And again down goes Jordynne Grace. This time can she kick out the second time? No, she cannot. What a opening bout. Nikki Bella and Jordynne Grace taking each other to each other's limits tonight. Absolutely brutal contest. That is what you love to see. Two women absolutely going at it, putting it all on the line. Nikki Bella's first match in quite a long time here in Universe mode. Jordynne Grace's first match on the main roster here. Both women putting on a matchup, and very likely we could see both of these women live there at the Royal Rumble in the Royal Rumble matchup. Very interested to see how that is going to fare down the road, but Nikki Bella eventually would put down Jordynne Grace in the middle of the ring. We saw an absolute brutal muscle buster. We saw the one where she has her on her shoulders here, turns it into like a swinging power bomb. Absolutely brutal, but Nikki Bella, it's just way too much. Connects with a Bella Buster, wasn't done there, and would go on to connect with this bad boy right here. Has her up, and bam, down goes Jordynne Grace. Big win for Nikki Bella as she returns to WWE, and we'll see how she fares here on Smackdown. And now up next, ladies and gentlemen, is a #1 contenders matchup to see who will be going on to the Royal Rumble to face off for the European Championship and face off with Ilya Dragunov. Damian Priest and Penta getting these opportunities due to obviously helping out and winning for Team SmackDown live there at Survivor Series. Obviously last week we had a big Fatal 4-Way match where we saw the likes of Carmelo Hayes, Damian Priest, Penta, and another superstar here on SmackDown to really see who exactly would go on to get the 29th spot in the Royal Rumble. Carmelo Hayes would go on to win that matchup, so we know Carmelo Hayes has a big opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, to win the Royal Rumble. So now Damian Priest and Penta now get the opportunity to go on and face off with Ilya Dragunov, the European champion. And I mean, coming out like this, there's no, I would say, loser in this matchup between Damian Priest and Penta. Two guys that are looking to make a name for themselves. Obviously, Damian Priest in the singles division. Obviously, he's doing his own thing now, away from the Judgment Day, trying to deal with his own things. Obviously, with Damian Priest, Rhea Ripley far away from the Judgment Day now, but now you have the likes of Penta, who's had some big time matches so far, and certainly had a big match there at Survivor Series. Came up a bit short in that matchup last week here on SmackDown, but there's a big opportunity for Penta to go on to win this matchup and go on to face Ilya Dragunov. Damian Priest versus Dragunov or Penta versus Dragunov. That honestly is two show-stealing matches, either one. So I don't think we're gonna have a loser in this match. Obviously, pinfall, submission, yes. Ideally, yes, there is a winner and a loser, but in this type of matchup, man, this is gonna be what fans want to see. Not only this matchup, but just two guys absolutely beating the snot out of each other, but also when it comes to what we're going to see at Royal Rumble with Ilya Dragunov defending that European Championship. And also, could we see Penta? Could we see Damian Priest? Could we see Ilya Dragunov inside that Royal Rumble matchup? Obviously, Randy Orton, number 30 in the Royal Rumble. Number 29 is Carmelo Hayes. That leaves 28 big spots in the Royal Rumble, ladies and gentlemen. It is so much greatness to see, and the talent is honestly it's a lot is there, and it's hard to fill 30 spots. And now Charles Robinson ringing the bell. Here we go. Let's see what we got. The strength versus the power. And the power game coming right out the gate here of Damian Priest. But just like that, Penta taking it to Damian Priest. Penta is not afraid, no fear whatsoever in the eyes of Penta. And now look at this springboard. Oh, going for almost like a reverse leg drop. Didn't work out in his favor. And now Damian Priest will make him pay. Back and forth we go. And while we talk about this matchup, ladies and gentlemen, still to come tonight, we already addressed the street fight coming out of SmackDown last couple weeks. Khali at the end of Survivor Series attacking Cody Rhodes. Really wondering where that's all going to go. And essentially, Cody Rhodes wanted the fight. He gets a fight. It's going to be a no-holds-barred street fight tonight in your main event. But also coming up next, as we all know, coming up at the Royal Rumble, Nikki Cross, the women's champion here on SmackDown. She is going to be defending her championship live there at the Royal Rumble against Io Sky of the Kabuki Warriors. So tonight, we're going to see a tag team matchup. It's going to be Asuka and Kairi Sane of the Kabuki Warriors taking on Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss of the Wyatt Six. So certainly a lot of intrigue going into that tag team matchup and seeing how that's all going to entail, as well as we build up to the road to Royal Rumble then goes through WrestleMania, obviously. But just a lot of going on, man, and certainly the next couple of tapings coming up after SmackDown, you're going to see a Raw Super Show where it is combined of 2 weeks. Same with NXT and same with SmackDown. So you're going to see a lot more matches, a lot more build-up to what we're going to see, as all those Super Shows will be the go-home episodes. Oh my goodness, what a kick to the side of the head. And now look at Damian Priest taking the straps down, and Penta maybe want to be careful, and he was. Gets hits Priest with a jawbreaker. And now let's see what Penta can set in store here for Mr. Damian Priest. Is he looking for the Mexican Destroyer? Down goes Damian Priest, taking down the big Puerto Rican. Is that enough? No. Ooh, and that wasn't even a 2 count. Very close to a 2 count, but not enough for a 2 at least. And now Penta looking for the Penta driver. Ooh, just enough to get him up here. Referee in position. 1, 2. Ooh, so close. So close, but no cigar. And again, the fight continues here, live on Smackdown. And oh, nice maneuver, that springboard. Whatever you want to call it. Big springboard maneuver, taking him down. Penta now. Almost like a sling blade maneuver. Super kick, taking off Damian Priest's head. Damian Priest, he probably doesn't know where he's at as another sling blade takes down Priest, but look at Priest. The Punisher, realizing he was in trouble, rolling out of the ring. Penta now maybe in trouble. No, he's not. This big axe handle takes down Priest. Could that be enough to take down the Punisher? 2. No, 2.5. Damian Priest stays in it. And now this is where Penta, you cannot get frustrated. Damian Priest is the type of man that can take a lot of damage. Oh my goodness. Is that a power bomb on the knee? Oh my goodness, that honestly could be enough, but it is not. I wish we had another replay of that. It was a powerbomb off his knee? It's like a powerbomb backbreaker? Man, this another sling blade connects, but man, that is just absolutely brutal. And then out to the ring we go, ladies and gentlemen. Penta going for a leg drop. And now this is where Priest has to use the outside to his advantage. He has, let's just say, the momentum has not gone in the favor of the Punisher, Damian Priest. He needs to wake up. And right now, it's like Damian Priest with these big haymakers to the face and head area, obviously, of Penta. And certainly, it may have awoken Damian Priest to finally get something going here. Now Damian Priest is going to throw him, right against that barricade, ladies and gentlemen. That is not going to feel good as well. As we continue this matchup, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be hearing from the man that won last week's Fatal 4-Way matchup to get him that 29th entry spot into the Royal Rumble. Carmelo Hayes, we will talk to him backstage, or we'll actually be hearing from him backstage. We'll see what confidence and just see where he's at mentally as a South of Heaven chokeslam for Damian Priest. Will that get him back in the matchup, and will this get him the win? No, 2.5. So close, and Damian Priest cannot believe it. Penta, Damian Priest putting it all on the line. What a back and forth match this has been, ladies and gentlemen, as another sling blade there from Penta. Oh goodness, Penta jumping, Damian Priest catching him with a super kick, and these guys are putting it all on the line. Wait, Penta, big time Mexican destroyer, folding Damian Priest like an accordion. And now, Mr. Ziedo Miedo, is this it? Taking the glove off. What is he thinking? Is he thinking about the Penta driver? Yes, he does. Penta driver to Damian Priest. 2. No! Damian Priest kicks out. Holy mackerel. Taking off the glove did not help Penta. Maybe he has to take off the other glove. And now my question goes out to Penta. What all do you got to do? It's a nice springboard senton. Oh, that could be honestly it. 2. No, 2.5 again. We know Penta doesn't really get honestly frustrated too much, but you know, this feels like it's one of those matches where, you know, you feel like you've done everything. You've hit pile drivers. You hit your Penta driver. Like, what else is there to do to put away Damian Priest? And this is a big showcasing for both men. You know, obviously both men have come to WWE. Obviously they want to be the main guy. They want to be WWE champion. And certainly one day both of these men very well could be. And certainly putting on strong showings every single night here on Smackdown or whatever brand they may be on will only help. And now Penta getting Irish whipped. Damian Priest showing some agility. Oh, flapjack right there in the middle of the ring. And another time for another South of Heaven chokeslam possibly. Nope. Damian Priest thought against it. Maybe he realizes Penta may need to be doing some more damage to him. As Penta with a nice reversal, but again, Damian Priest a little bit faster in this exchange. And now Priest, what is he thinking? Wait a minute, is he gonna throw him over the top? No, he's not. But he drops him right on that top rope. Just for a second, I thought maybe he's thinking powerbomb to the outside, but luckily for Penta, Priest doesn't set that up. It's a big time frog splash from the big man, punishing Penta there. Who is going to walk out victorious? Both men putting it all on the line for all of you here tonight on Smackdown. If I do remember correctly, this is a first time ever matchup as well. As now Priest gets thrown onto the outside. He was feeling that one. And now Penta. Here we go. Penta. Oh, drop kick through the middle rope. Oh, Penta. Oh, my goodness. Catching him out of nowhere with a Mexican destroyer, ladies and gentlemen. And now, oh, is he thinking? Is he thinking? Yes, he is. Mexican destroyer. Or I should say, Penta driver to the outside by the prime bottles. And certainly more damage done to the outside. Out there, right next to the announce table. Could that be enough to put away Mr. Damian Priest? I believe it's going to be 2-3. Penta gets the win. Hard-fought victory. Both matches tonight have been absolutely grueling. Let's go back and watch this replay of this matchup, but a lot of back and forth, man. It was absolutely incredible. That's the thing that sucks about some of these matches with fan favorites. It's like, you know, sometimes there's a winner, sometimes there's a loser. And certainly, I think even with the loss tonight for Damian Priest, is that, yeah, look at that powerbomb backbreaker. That was brutal, and that literally could have folded anybody, but it didn't fold Damian Priest in that moment. But going back to my thought, I mean, even with the loss tonight, I think this is a win still for Damian Priest. To showcase he can go above and beyond with anyone. And certainly, I think Priest has a bright future. And Penta, you know, credit to him being able to stay in this matchup with a absolute beast like Damian Priest. And for, you know, Penta, he's going on now to face off with Ilya Dragunov for the European Championship. Big time matchup, and a matchup that this will be the first time ever, if I do recall correctly, in Universe mode, that these two guys are going to be going at it. So certainly a absolute banger coming your way, ladies and gentlemen.
Here is your winner.
But once again, ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to Penta. Penta can't even get up to his feet. He has gone through actual war tonight. Can't say anything more, ladies and gentlemen, but congratulations to Penta on a Zero Miedo match. No fear was shown tonight. Man, you talk about destiny. You talk about timing. I'm right here. This is right here. This is exactly that. For years I've heard, Mello, you're next. I've been called the future. I've been called the breakout star, but at the Royal Rumble, I don't want to be next anymore. I want to be now. Number 29 means most of the work is already done. It means the ring is full of tired bodies, broken dreams, and people hanging on by a thread. And it means I'm walking in there fresh, fast, and hungry. I didn't grind my whole life to just survive the Rumble. I didn't fight my way to WWE Smackdown to get close. I came here to main event WrestleMania. I came here to be world champion. And to talk about world champions, if you look right next to me, in this case, is one of the old WWE championships that you saw in the Attitude Era with the likes of Stone Cold and The Rock, guys that carried this company to where it was now. I want to be the new generation that does just that. Because I am him. I can do just that. Everybody in that ring, though, better keep their head on a swivel, because when that clock hits 0 and Mello walks out at 29, the whole game's going to change. Dreams aren't going to wait, and neither do I. 29 ain't lucky for me. It's unlucky for everybody else. I will see you guys next week. Because Mello don't miss. And now here comes Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss for this big time tag team match. And wait a minute, that's Asuka and Kairi Sane attacking the women's champion and Alexa Bliss. What in the hell's going on here? I'm absolutely speechless as Kairi Sane with a double stomp right there to Alexa Bliss, and now taking it to the women's champion. And Asuka and Kairi Sane are beloved fan favorites. So I don't understand what in the hell is going on here live on Smackdown. And no signs of Io Sky out here either, so a big question on what in the hell is going on here. Next week it's going to be Io Sky and Nikki Cross for the Women's Championship. And like I'm saying, that's a big question as... Did Io Sky say, hey, take him out for me? I'm absolutely speechless right now, ladies and gentlemen, but we do have a tag team match to call here. As Kairi Sane trying to figure out what she wants to do to Nikki Cross. Back and forth we go with a snapmare takedown, big drop kick to the side of the skull. We'll see if that attack from just moments ago was enough to put down the champion, but no, just at least a 1 count. Kairi Sane with a springboard, right there in the lower back. And certainly we know Asuka, certainly whenever she decides to put her boots up for good, she's going to be a Hall of Famer here in Universe Mode for sure. She has accomplished anything and everything that she has wanted to do in her career. And not only, being part of the Kabuki Warriors, that, we've seen different looks of the Kabuki Warriors. We've seen it obviously with Io Sky and these two on your screen, even with Dakota Kai, and even parts of being called Damage Control with Bailey being involved. So there's so much different variation we've seen, but now it looks like maybe a different attitude coming from these women of sorts, but we don't know the whole story. There's a big Irish whip in the corner. Here goes Nikki Cross here. Gonna put her big feet up there. Boom! Bouncing them right off the head of Kairi Sane's head there. And now Nikki Cross, bouncing her head right off that mat. And I'm really looking forward to this matchup between Nikki Cross and certainly Io Sky. Two women that, especially, Nikki Cross, highly underrated, but, Io Sky, former champion in her own right. Could she defeat Nikki Cross? Big question there. Certainly you have the Wyatt Six involved. I don't know about that, but I'm sure Uncle Howdy and the rest of the group will allow them to do what they need to do to win that championship and retain it. As though Nikki Cross pretty much unfazed by that, but oh goodness, she gets hit with that forearm. She definitely felt that one for sure. There's a big elbow right across the chest. Pinfall opportunity here by Kairi Sane. Can she knock off the women's champion here? No, 2.5. And coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, is what a moonsault from the top turnbuckle. That honestly could be it. Just a 2 count. But coming up next is a big no holds barred street fight that will be happening here tonight on Smackdown between the Great Khali and Cody Rhodes. If you don't know why exactly this is happening, you'll have to go back to the end of Survivor Series to where the Great Khali makes his Universe Mode debut, coming out and attacking Cody Rhodes at the end of Survivor Series pinfall. Is this enough? Again, Nikki Cross barely surviving, but somehow Great Khali comes out of nowhere, attacking Cody Rhodes, and then certainly Cody Rhodes obviously talking to Nick Aldis. He wants a fight, and Great Khali, doing his own thing, and obviously Nick Aldis, wasn't planning on having them to fight on SmackDown, but Cody Rhodes got in his ears, a big spear then from Kairi, and Nick Aldis said, this is enough. This needs to be settled here on SmackDown, and you get your main event tonight. And I'm very curious why I didn't save it for next week's big time SmackDown Super Show, but there's times where You know, some shows need more star attraction than others. It's a big. I think tonight's SmackDown has gone off terrifically. We've seen big-time matches. We've seen a new #1 contender. We've seen a lot of great stuff. We've heard from Carmelo Hayes, the gentleman that is now the 29th competitor in the Royal Rumble matchup. He has a big-time opportunity to walk out not only the Royal Rumble winner, but going on to main event WrestleMania. Is that Kairi Sane and Asuka? Asuka looking to go from up top there. Is she looking to use Kairi Sane's move? Elbow right across the chest. The insane elbow to Alexa Bliss. Pinfall. 1. Oh, and Nikki Cross right there to save the day. Keeps the matchup flowing there. As now Asuka from the top rope. Now looking to go high risk. Here, the high risk district. Big time missile drop kick. Alexa Bliss trying to do everything in her way to stay in this matchup right now. The Kabuki Warriors, it feels like they're so close to being able to put away the Wyatt Six right now. Oh goodness, Alexa Bliss getting her head bounced off that top of that. I believe you just call it the apron, the hardest part of the apron. But still, man, an absolute dogfight so far in this matchup, and for Alexa and Nikki Cross to stay in this matchup for as long as they have so far after that pre-match assault from behind. I mean, that's kudos to them. It's a belly-to-belly over-the-head suplex there. Oh, goodness, man. Imagine getting your head just stomped out like what Asuka just did to Alexa. There's now Asuka back inside the ring here. Kairi Sane dropping down. Alexa Bliss could be seconds away from a possible countout, but luckily for herself, and luckily for all of us, it didn't end in a countout. We still don't have your official match card for next week, ladies and gentlemen, but obviously with the build-up, it being a 2-week show, all built into one, 2 weeks into one episode, certainly you're going to see a build-up to a lot of things. Obviously between Cody Rhodes and John Cena, the Undisputed Championship being on the line. You're going to see, obviously, the Women's Championship, Nikki Cross and Io Sky. We need answers. Did Io Sky send out a thing, direct Asuka and Kairi Sane to fight or attack the Wyatt Six? Big question there. You know, there's just a lot of things going on. It's, you know, now we know who Ilya Dragunov's his sister Abigail out of nowhere. But Kairi Sane right there to break it up. But still, just there's so much to build up to, and I'm really looking forward to it. As a nice running senton right there on or I should say running swanton there from Miss Alexa Bliss. We'll see if they can get back in this matchup. But there's certainly a lot to build up to for Raw, NXT, and SmackDown. I cannot wait. The futures are going to change for one man and one woman. Could Asuka win it? Could any of these women in this match right now win it? You know, it doesn't mean that the world champions can't be in the matchup. You know, Nikki Cross could be in the matchup. Certainly, obviously, Charlotte Flair could be in the matchup. There's so many things that could happen. Oh, got her the second time. What a kick to the side of the skull. Absolutely brutal. And now Kairi Sane gets the tag. And now Nikki Cross runs right at her and hits her with a Hurricane Rana. It's be a perfect opportunity for Nikki Cross to put the cherry on top of the sundae and put away the Kabuki Warriors. As Nikki Cross has Kairi Sane up. Oh, front face slam there. Certainly just enough to take her down briefly. And now Alexa Bliss makes her way into the ring and hits her with a big-time clothesline. Back and forth we go. It has certainly seemed, ladies and gentlemen, that it was going in the favor of the Kabuki Warriors, but you see the Wyatt Six are continuing to scratch and claw to stay in this matchup. Type of team to continue to fight and stay in this matchup. As they know, double arm toss into a double kick. Simplest thing, but it certainly did its work briefly as Alexa Bliss able to keep herself in this matchup. Alexa Bliss now high risk, high reward maneuver now. She thinking Twisted Bliss maybe? Yes, she does, but it didn't connect. And Asuka I don't know if she got all of it, but it was enough to connect to the side of the temple. Will this be enough? 2. Ooh, that kick out was pretty slow, I would say, but it was just enough to be able to just briefly get her shoulders off the mat. Here we go, referee sees the tag. Kairi Sane now will get the opportunity to hit that insane elbow this time. Here comes insane elbow with the assist from Asuka. Pinfall opportunity. Is this enough? No, Nikki Cross right there to save the match. And now Kairi Sane choking out Alexa Bliss here. I really wish I knew what happened here with Kairi Sane and Asuka. Did Io Sky, I keep bringing it up, was Io Sky the one that wanted this to happen, to send a message to the Wyatt Six? The referee finally back up to his feet after inadvertently getting hit there. Kairi Sane now. Does she think it's insane elbow? Yes, she does. From the second rope, Alexa Bliss moved out the way. And now, ooh, trips her down. And a little bit of a tight walk right there on the middle of that back there. Whose match is this to win, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, big kick there to the left knee there. And obviously, we're going to see a women's tag team matchup live there at the big-time pay-per-view known as the Royal Rumble. We're going to see Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill challenging for the championship, for the women's tag team championship against the Judgment Day. Another big-time matchup there. And certainly you would think those 4 women have got to be in the Royal Rumble matchup. Will these 4 women be in the matchup as well? I mean, there's just endless opportunities, and Asuka might be walking out with a victory tonight, but no, 2.5. How much more can these women sustain? And now Asuka looking for the Asuka lock. I think, yes, she does. Asuka has her in the Asuka lock. Middle of the ring. Nowhere to go unless Nikki Cross comes in here to break it up, and she does not. Alexa Bliss has nowhere to go. And Asuka and Kairi Sane walk out victorious. And I'm hoping we can get some answers. If we don't get answers tonight, hopefully we get answers on next week's SmackDown, because that was absolutely uncalled for, honestly. Kabuki Warriors fan favorites out of nowhere doing what they did. Obviously last week there was a triple threat match between the Kabuki Warriors and Io Sky ultimately getting the win. Then this week they attack Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss from behind. So either Io's involved somehow, or I just don't know. Big questions that need to be answered hopefully very soon. You can't take away the win from Asuka and Kairi Sane, but it is very frustrating to see that they had to go that way to get the win, especially against the women's champion. But certainly if the Kabuki Warriors are going down this way, messages being sent, I guess this is the way you do it, I suppose. Asuka didn't have enough at that time, but right here, just taking out the strength, just taking the soul out of Alexa Bliss. And Asuka picks up the win for the Kabuki Warriors here on Friday Night SmackDown. But now, ladies and gentlemen, a matchup that is going to be David versus Goliath. Cody Rhodes, Great Khali, no holds barred. It is main event time here on Friday Night SmackDown, and we are going to see the Universe Mode in-ring debut of the Great Khali. This man's already shown you how vicious he can be outside the ring. But how will he fare when he faces off with a former multi-time WWE champion in Cody Rhodes? This is a David versus Goliath matchup for Cody, and Cody's supposed to face off with John Cena next week for the Undisputed Championship, ladies and gentlemen. But this, right here, he's facing off with the Great Khali tonight. And Khali might destroy him enough to where Cody won't be enough. Obviously, he's going to be there. He's going to challenge for that championship no matter what he could be. He could be rolling up there in a wheelchair. Cody will try to fight. Might be a little bit of an exaggeration, but Cody's not the type of guy to not deal with a fight. But Khali might destroy him enough to where Cena could pick up the scraps easily, hit it like an attitude adjustment, and walk out victorious that easy. This is all. It's all going to depend on what goes on. Khali doesn't need this no-holds-barred matchup. Cody Rhodes is the one that wants it, and I'm assuming he wants the weapons. Unless Cody has something else he wants to use. But Cody Rhodes is in for a fight of his life. He wanted this match. Nicholas cautiously gave him this matchup. He told him, you know, hey, you have a big-time championship matchup at the Royal Rumble. And he said, I understand that, but I have to deal with this first and set my sights back on Cena afterwards. Which I admire Cody Rhodes. I respect Cody and everything that he has done ever since coming back to WWE. But for Cody Rhodes, ladies and gentlemen, this man, he might be a little, I don't know, a little headstrong at times, especially when it comes to this. But Cody Rhodes, he wants to do it his way, and he believes with the support of the fans, not only at home, but everyone here tonight at Friday Night Smackdown, that will be enough to put down the great Khali in this no-holds-barred street fight. But Cody has to know that chop across the head or a two-handed choke slam, it's got to be very careful in this matchup. And Cody's got to know he can't easily grapple Khali. Khali's just going to manhandle him the whole time. So for Cody, yeah, you got to, hit some drop kicks to the knees. You got to focus on it. See if you can knock him outside the ring, or grab a weapon and attack the legs or something, man. I don't know. This is just, like we said, David versus Goliath type of matchup. But if Cody's the one that can do it, he's got that opportunity tonight. Yes, there you go. Great Khali. He is not broken face. His stone cold face right there. Referee rings the bell. And Khali was looking to maybe run at him, but obviously not the fastest cat in the yard. It's, Khali, just like that. That's what I was talking about. The chop across the head like that. And now Khali gonna go out. Oh, I thought maybe Khali was gonna maybe use a weapon. I honestly don't think Khali needs to use a weapon. He can just do those maneuvers, and it very well could be it. Is that the knockout blow? Is this it? 2. Oh, 2.5. Man, that is that is something you gotta be aware of. Khali, bigger, stronger, certainly faster than, or not faster than Cody, but certainly bigger and stronger. And Cody should have stayed on when he was on the mat. Big mistake early on. Now big stomp to the midsection. Oh, Rhodes rolled. Oh, now great Khali with a roll up. Probably the fastest we've ever seen the big man move around. It's now Khali with big. Oh goodness, another chop to the head. And Cody's got to realize that you can't do that. Oh, big dodge there from Cody. But a big job didn't work out in his favor again. Cody's trying to figure something out. And if you're John Cena, you got to be loving this right now. Oh, big reversal. STO takedown there. Great Khali. Here you go. Moonsault, but no Khali. Khali with a drop kick. This is a whole different Khali, ladies and gentlemen. Not the same old Khali you see in years past. It's a little bit faster. Went back to the younger days of when he dominated WWE briefly for a couple-year period. Not the show. Oh no! If he connects with this, I don't know. I don't know if the handle hit him or not, but it was enough to take down Cody. So there you go, Cody with a reversal, and now Cody moonsault connecting to the great Khali. Pinfall be enough to take down Khali. 2.5. And I'm going to work on the legs. A good idea. Great idea from Cody Rhodes. Work the legs. Work them as much as possible. Now, going to be able to finally be able to Irish whip Cody. It took him some time, but finally it worked out in his favor. Big time. Scoop slam. Kind of reminds me of Hulk Hogan doing that to Andre the Giant, WrestleMania 3. And now look at looking for the cutter. Great Khali saw that coming out of nowhere. And now Khali going to look to make him pay. But no, Cody with a big time clothesline. He is really picking those clotheslines out of his system. More powerful than ever right now. Took him a little bit longer to get himself in this matchup, but starting to take it the great Khali a little bit. But if I'm Cody, you're going to have to maybe use some weapons. And now, oh goodness, what a stiff clothesline. And now a front-handed palm pickup from the great Khali. Now big reversal, big punch to the face there. And now, oh goodness, right to the lower back there. And now Cody misses that springboard drop kick. And now back and forth we go. Khali with a big time back body drop. Oh no, not the shovel. Oh man. And luckily for Cody, he didn't connect that second one. That is just absolutely brutal. Cody though still in trouble here. Oh look at the great Khali. He's probably in the best shape of his life. He's actually running right now, ladies and gentlemen. Khali taking his time though, and now gonna run right after him. Oh goodness, just a big belly flop essentially, and Cody realizes he's in trouble. Thing is, what does Cody grab here? Oh, okay, a table. We'll see how this works for the American Nightmare. Big punch there, and we're gonna have ourselves a good old-fashioned back and forth here, ladies and gentlemen. Not every day you see a David versus Goliath matchup, a no-holds-barred street fight where it comes to just glancing blows. Cody wants Khali to finish him off here. Back and forth we go. Great Khali misses the strike. And Khali's like, I'm done playing around here. Off the ropes we go. Oh goodness, showing that agility here. And connects with a different variation of a spine buster. Pinfall from the great Khali. 2. Oh goodness. And Cody really had to dig down deep for that one. And look at Rhodes. He's getting bullied right now. Khali's like, come on, man. Come on. And Cody's digging down deep. Well, at least I thought he was. This is a vice grip. A vice grip here, ladies and gentlemen. Cody's going to have to dig down deep or he's going to be done. Can Cody get out of it? Big kidney punch here right to the ribs. Bam. And now Cody... Oh, Irish whipping him. But Khali reverses it. Uh-oh, not the shovel. Not the shovel on the apron. And down goes Cody. And now up to the outside. Now he's going to look to bury him. But now Cody Rhodes is like, no. Oh, wait a minute. Pedigree time. Bam! Pedigree to the outside. Cody Rhodes desperately needed that pedigree. Now, Cody Rhodes, what does he do in this situation? Good old hockey stick here for Friday Night Smackdown. Going to try to use the great Khali as a hockey puck and swing for the fences here. But Khali moves out the way, misses. Cody Rhodes now. And now great Khali. Back and forth we go. Oh, goodness. Big time body slam right on the apron. Back and forth we go. This is any man's ball game right now. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, goodness. That's what I was talking about. That vicious maneuver there. We saw it briefly a couple times in this matchup just before he almost had him that choke slam type of maneuver and connected with that absolute brutal number, or chop to the head, I should say. And it just, how much more can you take? You know, he's taken a bunch of those this matchup. And now Cody, what does Cody Rhodes do? He's absolutely fired up here. Uh-oh. Oh, I thought Cody was thinking about something devious, trying to put him, to the top rope or something. But here we go, Cody setting up the table. Is he honestly thinking he can pick up Khali? He's a running knee strike there. This is either going to go good or bad for your number one contender. Big time drop kick there to Khali. That honestly very well could be enough. 2. Oh my goodness, 2.9 there. Thing is, Cody hasn't hit one big maneuver. He hasn't hit a crossroads. He hasn't hit a cutter from the top rope. He attempted it earlier on tonight, but it failed. So Cody's got to figure out something quickly. And just like that, as soon as you bring it up, he brings it out of the well. Is that enough to take away Khali? 2. No, 2.5. 2.5. And now Cody thinking about maybe the crossroads here. Cody Rhodes. Cody. Oh, wait, he's not done. He's not done. He wants to go for all 3. This is a signature crossroads from Cody Rhodes. Is this it? 2, 3. Cody Rhodes had to dig down deep tonight, ladies and gentlemen. But sure as hell, he put on a clinic. As I'll be talking over this replay, ladies and gentlemen, there's moments in this matchup it very well could have been over, especially with them beating the snot out of each other at ringside. But holy mackerel, man, what a match. Cody, he missed some big time maneuvers in this matchup early on, but give Cody where credit is due. He dealt with a great Khali. Khali came back to WWE. First man he comes out is against Cody Rhodes. He puts on a clinic with Cody Rhodes. But ultimately, Cody, the challenger for the Undisputed Championship, was ultimately too much. And you saw it tonight. Cody Rhodes, he brought his A game, and it seems like he is ready for John Cena, the Undisputed Champion. Next week at the Royal Rumble, it is Cody Rhodes, the challenger. John Cena, the Undisputed Champion, going at it at the Royal Rumble. But we still have the go-home show, the go-home edition of Smackdown next week on the Super Show. And I can tell you what is coming up your way on that edition of Friday Night Smackdown. Cody Rhodes, John Cena, face to face in the middle of that ring on Friday Night Smackdown next week. I cannot wait to see how that fares. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we'll see you on Raw Super Show.